The Seattle Seahawks are coming off one of the best rookie classes in history. Somehow, a team that everyone wrote off in 2022 as one of the worst teams in the NFL made the playoffs. A team that lost their best player in franchise history, Russell Wilson, somehow bounced back immediately the next season and shocked the world. I want to get into how the Seahawks did it and how they can carry this momentum to potentially being Super Bowl contenders in the next coming years. First, we have to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Geno Smith. Last year, Geno had an amazing season, leading the league in a 69.8% completion percentage, throwing for over 4,000 yards and 30 passing touchdowns. Mind you, over his previous 8 seasons, he had just 34 passing touchdowns in total. The Seahawks handed him a 3-year, $75 million contract. The next question is, will he continue to improve or at least maintain this level of play? The debate is whether Geno Smith is a good quarterback or if it's just the scheme or the system. I believe it's both. And if I'm the Seahawks, I'm going to continue to trust Geno Smith to bring wins to my team, especially if they can draft a high-end quarterback talent and help develop him, such as Anthony Richardson or Will Levis. Speaking of high-end quarterback talent, the Seahawks have 2 first-round draft picks, number 5 and number 20. That number 5 spot is perfect to get an Anthony Richardson or Levis and hopefully secure yourself a franchise quarterback for the future, especially since the Seattle Seahawks have shown that they can find talent in other positions late in the draft. Right now, the Panthers, Texans, and Colts all are expected to take a quarterback in the top of the draft, which leaves the Seahawks at the mercy of the Colts, a pick in front of them to either get Levis or Richardson. I personally think the best fit for the Seahawks would be Anthony Richardson, as he has the most raw talent that someone like Pete Carroll could mold into a polished NFL quarterback. Having Geno for a couple of years to sit behind and learn from would be great for him, as I don't think he is NFL ready, but can definitely get there. And once he is ready, oh boy, he has an extremely high ceiling. However, they could take Levis as well if the Colts opt for Richardson. Levis would be decent, but I think he is a big question mark on how good he can actually be. If that situation happens, it might be best to fill one of their more dire needs at edge, interior linebacker, or even offensive line. A pick like Jalen Carter, Tyree Wilson, or Will Anderson all make a lot of sense to reinforce that defense. You can't talk about the Seahawks' surprising success of a 2022 season without talking about their past rookie class. This was one of the best rookie classes that I can remember, and some of these guys didn't even get picked until the 4th or 5th rounds. The biggest rookie impacts this season were Kenneth Walker and Tariq Woolen. Starting with Walker, he had an incredible season. Once Rashad Penny was ruled out for the season in Week 6, Walker came in and averaged 95.9 yards per game and scored 8 touchdowns. If you put that into a 17-game pace, that's 1,400 yards and 12 touchdowns, which are basically Pro Bowl numbers. Even if you just look at what Walker did in general, 1,050 yards, over 4.6 yards per carries, and 9 touchdowns, which are right in line with some of the top running backs in the league. Seahawks fans should be ecstatic with Walker and his potential. Tariq Woolen, a cornerback out of small UTSA, also had an amazing season this year. He was only a 5th round pick and was as good as any cornerback in the league, as he made his first Pro Bowl appearance his rookie year. He probably even would have won Defensive Player of the Year if Sauce Gardner wasn't a thing. He was the first rookie to register 6 interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries since year 2000. It can't be overstated how good of a head coach Pete Carroll is. I think he is often overlooked as one of the greats. Carroll excels at talent evaluation and creating a positive culture for his young players. just like he did at USC. This shows in all of the rookie talent he has developed over the years, and this year was no different. I think a lot of people forget how much he developed Russell Wilson and molded him into such a star for the organization. He's such an innovative coach and a true player's coach. His leadership can be seen throughout this organization, and know it was him who motivated the team to believe in themselves and block out anyone doubted that they could not make the playoffs this year. He is a big reason why I could see the Seahawks fighting for a Super Bowl in the coming years once these young players start developing. Before we go in depth about the Seahawks' biggest weaknesses this season, I would like to thank our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the easiest way to have action on the game in states like California, Florida, and Texas. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports app where you can make player projections in your favorite sports, such as football, basketball, baseball, and hockey, all season long. How does it work? You select 2 to 5 players and choose more or less on their projections. It could be passing yards, receptions, touchdowns, goals, etc. If those players score more or less than their prize pick projection, you can win up to 10 times your money on any entry. Just hop on the PrizePicks app or go to the website, then go to the football tab and check out all of the player projections. As a first-time depositor, use promo code RFF and you receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. So sign up for PrizePicks today and use code RFF to add even more excitement to your already exciting NFL game day. Link in the description. The Seahawks defense was a major disappointment last season. They ranked 22nd in total defense and 29th in rush defense. They need to address their defense in the upcoming NFL draft, or else teams will quickly learn that they can ground and pound the football against them all day. They need to bolster that defensive line to stuff the run and rush the passer. Looking at the draft, there are 3 players that really stand out for the Seahawks at the 20th pick. Nolan Smith out of Georgia, Kalijah Kancey out of Pitt, or Myles Murphy out of Clemson. All are defensive linemen in that pick 20 range that would be a great additions for the Seahawks and pay great dividends in the run stop and pass rush. Nolan Smith in particular has rocketed up the ranks after an insanely impressive NFL combine, weighing in at 6'3", 238 pounds, jumping 41 inches, and running a sub 4.4. This is the type of athleticism that would go great with all the other athletes the Seahawks have on the defensive side of the ball, like Tariq, Woolen, and Jamal Adams. If the Seahawks can continue to string together drafts with the type of talent that they have been finding, this scary team is going to get even scarier. The Seahawks still have a lot of work to do in the offseason, but have 10 draft picks, and we know they can make the most of them. If they can address their interior defense and Geno continues to keep playing the way that he has been playing, they can make a deep playoff run this coming season. And as always, thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe to Real Friends in Football for more videos just like this.